Hello, my name is Octavius with North American Archery. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. And in this video, I want to talk to you about how to avoid finger pain. How to avoid finger pain when you're drawing a traditional bow. The thing is, guys, when you use your fingers on a string, you're going to have the proper technique in order to avoid finger pain. Now, for many years, I didn't know how to do that. And so now, as I progress into traditional archery, I know how to grip the string, how to have proper back tension, and how to put an arrow where I'm looking. You can do all those things and still have finger pain. So what are some of the things you have to do in order not to have finger pain? Number one, you cannot be overbowed. If you're overbowed, what will happen is that you will overcompensate in areas and then hurt yourself. The weakest link in your draw sequence is going to be your fingers because they're little, right? And really, they should be doing hardly any work at all. Really, the work should occur in your back. So this bow is a Bear recurve. This is a 59 Kodiak, and it's 61 pounds at my draw length. So you cannot draw a bow like this consistently without having proper back tension, without having proper mechanics, and having your shot process down. Why? Because you're going to hurt yourself if you don't. Most people cannot draw a 60-pound bow consistently all day, every day, and shoot it. I can shoot this bow all day and have zero pain anywhere in my body. I'm not saying it's a light poundage bow for me, but I have my mechanics down, so it gives me the ability to shoot a higher poundage bow like somebody would use a 60-pound bow. Excuse me, a 45-pound bow or a 35-pound bow. But I didn't always have that ability. Sometimes I really hurt myself. I had finger pain, I had wrist pain, I had elbow pain, I had all kinds of pains, right? But I had to get to a place where I began to dissect on video how I was shooting. So let me shoot an arrow to show you what I'm talking about. So if I go ahead and knock this arrow, okay, let me get this where you can see me a little bit better. And I put my fingers on the string, which I do split finger. I usually, as you know, some of my other videos shot 3 under, but that was because years back, I didn't have proper back tension and proper form. And so when I would shoot a bow 60, 70 pounds, like I do when I hunt, not saying you have to use that, it's just what I'm used to shooting. I like that power, I like the speed, and I like shooting a heavier arrow with no issues with my bow, my arrow dropping, okay? So when I shoot this, I'm shooting from a place of experience, and I'm not expecting every one of you to be able to shoot like this. That's why typically when you're breaking down your shot process on video, you want to shoot a lower poundage bow, and you want to really be slow and controlled. You don't want to snap shoot. You want to really learn how to have that deep hook with your fingers and be able to hit anchor and let the arrow go consistently. And you do that over and over again, and you dissect it on video for about 3 to 4 weeks. And then after you get your shot sequence down or your shot process down, then it will enable you to do something else or to try something else or go to a higher poundage bow. So let me go ahead and shoot this split finger real quick. So if I go like this, I graze up, anchor, and I shoot. Now I'm shooting down because I have a target over there about 10 yards away, just to demonstrate what I do. You can see I swung up and then I went down because that's what I normally do when I'm practicing, is I still go into anchor and then I go down. And my hand stays in my face. I don't go back because I do a push and pull. The bow goes towards the target and my fingers go back at the same time. It took me years of practice to do that. And as you can see, if you go to videos like from John Schultz and Howard Hill and others of that generation, their fingers did not go all the way back and hit their elbow or the back of their neck. It stayed right here in the face. The other thing that you need to understand when you're looking at avoiding finger pain is you also need the proper finger protection. For years, I used very thin gloves that caused me to have finger pain, welts on my hands, not just calluses, but just an actual welt or a blister on my fingers because I didn't have that proper protection. Now this right here is a glove made by American Leathers, and I did a review on this, but this glove is probably the best glove I've ever used up to this point because it gives me the proper finger protection because it has that leather, has a smooth let off on the string, and I've never had any finger pain whatsoever because these reinforced tips allow me to really grip that string really good with that deep hook. And when I release that arrow, I never feel the string at all up against my fingers. So I definitely recommend a glove like this. I have several different gloves that have the hand open and just the back on it. And then you have that wristband as well. And if you get a hold of American Leathers, they will actually size it according to your fingers, your fingertip, your middle finger down to the end of your palm. I think this is one that's an extra large, so I have a pretty large hand, but it's the best glove I've had. I've killed a few animals using this so far this year. I've owned it probably for 6 months now. It's really broken in. At first, it really was hurting my hand because it was tight, but that leather has now contoured to my hand and it's great. So step number 1 is get the right poundage bow. Step number 2 is get the right hand protection. Step number 3 would have the proper back tension and follow through, and you practice that every single day on camera, and I'm telling you right now, finger pain will go away. Okay, if you have the right poundage bow, right hand protection, and the right shot process, you will be okay. All right, so I want to do a quick video to kind of help you any way I can. Remember this, guys, you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.